One thing we have to consider when we do a hypothesis test is when we reject the null hypothesis and find that something is statistically significant, is it practically significant? So let's look at the example of processed meats and colorectal cancer. The World Health Organization, WHO, found during an analysis of 800 studies from around the world that processed meats like bacon, sausages, and hot dogs can cause colon cancer, and red meat is also a likely cause of the disease. The analysis of the 800 studies found sufficient evidence in humans that consumption of processed meat causes colorectal cancer. Specifically, each 50-gram portion of processed meat eaten daily increases the risk of colorectal cancer by 18%, it says in a statement. So let's talk about that issue. That seems like a really big number, 18%, like that's a big amount. That seems significantly serious. But we need to ask ourselves, 18% of what? So according to the Center for Disease Control, about 1.4 out of 100 U.S. women will contract colorectal cancer between the ages of 50 and 70. According to the study, if the women eat processed meats, that number will increase by 18%. That means that instead of 1.4 out of 100, 1.65 out of 100 women who eat processed meats will contract colorectal cancer. Honestly, that's not exactly panic-inducing. That is not a huge difference between 1.4 women and 1.65 women. That's still less than 2 women out of 100, and it doesn't make a big difference when we go from eating processed meats or not eating processed meats. And in addition, that estimate of 1.65 has a margin of error attached to it, because remember, we're not ever exactly sure that our sample data is correct. So that could be the increase could be even a little less, or perhaps even a little more, but it's not going to be a lot different from 1.4. So did the study show statistical significance? Yes. An 18% increase in cancer rates is statistically significant. Practically significant? No. 18% of 1.4% is not much at all. So a few of these probably won't kill you. So that's just a little thing I wanted to tell about. Now, that doesn't mean you don't want to eat healthfully. Okay, I know that. But I'm just saying that sometimes things are reported with a headline that looks like, let me go back to that, looks like that, okay? When really, maybe the panic shouldn't be, maybe this is a little bit strong panic inducing when it really doesn't need to be.